Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Crooks209 here, and today we're going to be talking about pocket fighting. Now, I get this question all the time because I say pocket fighting in my streams a lot. People are saying, "What's pocket fighting? What do you mean by pocket fighting? What do you mean? Why is it important to have a good pocket game?" So, what I mean by pocket fighting, when you hear me say it in my stream or on anybody's stream, is when you and your opponents are in boxing range, just swinging and banging it out with your combinations. That's fighting inside the pocket. That's what I mean by pocket fighting. And why it's important to have a good pocket fighting game is because with the current meta, with the last meta, I'm not too sure about if it's prevalent now because of the patch, but in the previous meta, you would have people just walk up to you blindly and just be throwing combinations at you. And it was really a pressure meta. And I would see a lot of people when I would hop in their streams or anything, or people that I would fight against, they would have trouble fighting in the pocket because they either lacked the knowledge of it or they just didn't quite understand it. So today I'm going to be going over some tips and giving you guys some keys to increase your pocket fighting game and just to overall make you a better player inside the pocket. So the first key that I have for you guys on being better at fighting in the pocket is to know your fighter's attributes and to know their skill levels. All right, so what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is you go in, whether that be in practice mode or in fight now, and you come in. If you're on PlayStation, you're gonna hit triangle. You're gonna look at their stats. So we're gonna use Max Holloway, right? So Max Holloway has a 95 punch speed with an 88 punch power. Punch speed is great. His punch speed is absolutely amazing. The punching power kind of leaves a little bit to be desired, but for an 88 punch power, he actually hits pretty hard. So he's good in that area. And then you want to come over here and you want to look at their cardio. His cardio is absolutely amazing. His body health is amazing, and his chin health is amazing. And you want to look at their recovery as well. So the health stats and then the strike speed and the punch power are of utmost importance for you to know going into a fight because you want to feel confident in your character to be able to hold up inside of the pocket. So here, Max Holloway, absolutely amazing. He checks off every box. So we're going to go ahead and take him into practice mode. And then another player that's also really good at pocket fighting is Jose Aldo. 96 punch speed, 95 punch power, is absolutely great. Has everything that you would want in terms of speed and power. His cardio leaves a little bit to be desired, but in a 3-rounder, you'll be okay. His chin is a 92. It's not the worst, but it's not the best either. But it's good enough to be pocket fighting. His recovery is really good. His body health is really good. So we'll go ahead and take him into practice mode as well. So now that we feel confident in our fighter's ability to be able to pocket fight, now we can put the work in terms of being able to pocket fight. Now the next thing that the next tip I can give you guys on pocket fighting is knowing what combos to throw when you're inside the pocket. Now this is important because you want to have combinations for every scenario in the pocket. And what does that mean? What do I mean by this? I'm going to go a little bit into depth about. So you're going to see a lot of things when you're right here. You're going to see a lot of combinations flying. You're going to see slips. You're going to see, you might get people doing that, body kicking you coming in. You're going to see a lot of things. So you want to have combinations for every scenario that you're going to run into in the pocket. And the game helps you out by giving you the combinations that the fighters can throw, right? So if you come into practice mode, you go to game help, you go to view moves, and I just hit L1 and it'll take you back, but it'll take you to the boxing combination levels that your fighter has. So Max Holloway, we all know, if you didn't watch the Calvin Kattar fight against Max, you need to go watch that fight. He put on an absolute boxing clinic. So he has level 5 boxing combinations. He had that even before that fight, but if you didn't know anything about Max Holloway, that fight would tell you everything you needed to know. He has level 5 boxing combinations level 4 kickboxing combinations, and he has level 1 Muay Thai combinations. But in the pocket, your Muay Thai combinations are a little bit important, but you don't see a lot of people using them, so it's okay. Jose Aldo just actually got an increase in his boxing combinations, so now he's a level 4, which is really, really good. His kickboxing combinations are surprisingly low, but that's all right. And his Muay Thai combinations are level 5. So with him, you're going to be using a little bit, you can use a little bit more knees and elbows inside the pocket than you would Max Holloway. So if you go in and you click on these boxing combinations, it'll give you the combinations that you're able to throw with that certain fighter. Jose Aldo will have most of the combinations in this list that you can throw. Max Holloway will have all of them. He can throw every combination in the game, every boxing combination in the game. So knowing these, going in and drilling these, and knowing what you can throw inside the pocket is super important, because you don't want to be throwing lazy stuff inside the pocket. So definitely come in here and work on your combos. So the next tip I'm going to give you is to focus on your timing rather than your speed. So now that you've drilled your combinations, you've gotten comfortable with the combinations that you want to throw inside the pocket. Now comes the hardest part about pocket fighting, and that's the timing. Knowing what to throw and when to throw it is crucial. It's crucial in pocket fighting, because if you don't time things out well, you can get caught in a frame disadvantage, which I'll go into in a little bit in one of these steps. And you can get hurt, and you're gonna get put into a stun and probably get put down, if not for a knockdown, to get knocked out. So you want to work on your timing. You really want to pay attention to what your opponent is throwing, so that way you can time it out perfectly and get a rock yourself and finish that fight. The fourth thing that I can give you, the fourth tip that I can give you, is learning how to slip inside the pocket. Now, this can be kind of intimidating at the beginning if you don't use slips a lot, but learning it is of the utmost importance in terms of pocket fighting, because it will take your game to the next level. If you watch a lot of these pro players that are playing in these leagues, a lot of them, if not all of them, slip inside the pocket. And it's important because you can really punish somebody inside the pocket. The most common one right now is, the slip elbows. You slip back and you elbow somebody. Or you can slip a jab inside the pocket and throw a straight, or do something like along those lines. So knowing how to slip in every direction is super important in terms of pocket fighting. So that way you can punish somebody for being lazy or for overcommitting. And it'll just make people hesitant about throwing too many strikes against you and wanting to pressure you in general. And it'll allow you to go and be able to pressure opponents if you choose to do so. And then the last tip that I can give you guys is to learn the frame data. I'm gonna make a video on frame data at a different time, but learning what frames are and how frames go into the game it's nice to know. It's an added thing to know. It's not vital to pocket fighting, to being a better pocket fighter, but if you do know it and you have a good understanding of how frame data works, it really puts you at a big advantage over somebody that is just pocket fighting, just learning how to do pocket fighting on their own. I went and asked one of the game changers if there's any frame data that's been released to the public about this game, and he said currently there's not, but at some point they're gonna put out the frame data for you guys and for us as a community. I don't have it as either, but they will release it. So when it comes out, go and take a look at the frame data, get acquainted with it very well, and just take it to practice mode and learn what works and what doesn't. But all right, guys, those are the five tips that I have for you guys to hopefully take your pocket fighting game up a bit, if not to another level. Let me know if these tips have helped you guys out in any way. If they did, drop a like. comment in the comment section if you guys want to see me make similar videos to this in terms of breaking down other things. But until the next video, guys, take it easy, and thanks for watching the video.